Hey, how's it going? It's Henry here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the best sort of images to use when running your Facebook ads, which images to go for, why should you go for them. I'm going to break those all down in this video. So by the end of this video, you should know exactly what images to use for your Facebook ads. So the first thing you want to keep in mind when choosing images for your Facebook ads is you want to make sure the image shows a clear picture of what the product does, what the service does, and possibly shows it in action. Those are the best sort of images. So for example, if you've got a car service, you want to show exactly what you do in action. Or if you're selling a physical product, you want to show that physical product in action in whichever way that you can. Those in general are the best sort of images. So number one, to refresh, number one, you want to show a clear picture of what the image does and show it in action. A second thing you want to do when choosing images for Facebook ads is you want to make sure it's the highest definition possible. Don't pick images that are blurry, that you can't really see what's going on in the picture. Make sure you can find the highest quality images possible, and those generally are better for Facebook ads. Make sure it's a high quality image. So the third thing you want to keep in mind when picking Facebook ads, you want to make sure it's got no watermarks whatsoever on it, because for many of you watching this video, if you have come across the video, perhaps you're doing a dropshipping model. Many people who need to know about Facebook ads these days are doing a dropshipping model. And if you're familiar with any supplying sites like AliExpress or Alibaba or whatever, many times the products that you source off there have got watermarks on there. And most of the time it's very, very ugly or just not tasteful watermarks at all. They're placed in very prominent places. So what you want to do is make sure in some way the watermark is taken off. I believe there's a tool. I might link it in the description below. It's Magic Trimmer or something like that, but I'll put it in the description below. And with that, you can clip off the watermarks to make sure your image looks as clean as possible. Or another alternative, if you're doing a dropshipping model, is actually buying those products for yourself that you want to sell and taking actual pictures for yourself. So you are using the images of AliExpress and so on, so it doesn't have a watermark. So those are the three most important things when choosing images for your Facebook ads. Another thing to keep in mind, perhaps a fourth element, is you want to make sure the image takes up as large as a space that Facebook gives you. So for page post engagement ads or PPE ads, they have a larger space available to you than website clicks ads or website conversion ads, for example. So for PP ads, which are ads generally to get more social proof on your ad or test out if it's a good ad to run before you do the website click ad, that one, and it's geared to just getting engagement on the post, clicks, comments, shares, and so on. That in that case, Facebook gives you a much bigger space for your images, so you want to make sure you take advantage of that space. Obviously, the bigger the space it takes up, the easier it is to stand out in the news feed, and that's what you want to do. You want to get people's attention. Take up the more space allows you to do that. And a final note I'm going to say on the images is you have to keep the context of Facebook in mind when crafting ads. Of course, it's a social network first and foremost. So I know you want to sell your products. I know you are attempting to have some sort of return for yourself on Facebook. But keep in mind, the people coming across your ads aren't on Facebook to look at ads. Nobody wakes up in the morning saying, hey, I want to go on my Facebook and buy something. No, it's a social network. So keep that in context when crafting ads. You want to make it look as much as possible as a piece of content that blends in on Facebook. Of course, it's eye-catching, but you don't want people's radar to be up and spot it as an ad, because then they might be turned off. Make it look as much as a piece of content as possible, and your ad will be more successful. So hope all these tips helped in terms of picking images for your Facebook ads. You feel free to ask any questions about that if you want in the comments. But regardless, hope you got some value out of this video, and I'll see you on the next video tomorrow for more Facebook related and marketing tips in general. So please subscribe if you like this sort of content, and I'll see you on the next video.